I'm Vampire Cherie Antoine. Favorite experience from last year was just getting to meet everybody, because before the pageant I was a very shy person and I wasn't confident with going out and meeting people at all, but just getting to meet all the different people through the pageant and finding more confidence in myself too, that was probably my favorite part. Right now I'm a full-time student and I also work on weekends. Oh. I don't really volunteer for a charity. If it counts, I MC for different events in Chinatown, like being a greeter or introducing people, or I do just freelance translation whenever there's a Japanese celebrity in town. Like I translated for the designers at HexP last year. So typical fun day.
What do you do for fun?
It would usually be some kind of event in Chinatown, like a dance or sometimes a fashion show. So I usually spend the day doing my regular thing, like going to the gym and doing chores, and then I get ready and put my makeup on, which will take like up to 2 hours sometimes, depending on how intense it is. Then I usually come and pick up Alice, and we drive to the event. We stay out till 2 or 3 in the morning, and so it's a lot of fun, but we do all kinds of different stuff. The darkest time in my life was probably high school. Like, you know, the purple hair and everything, and I liked to sew my own clothes. They weren't necessarily good clothes, but I would wear them to school. And kids can be mean in high school. They say a lot of mean things to you, and I think really it wasn't until college that I started having more self-confidence and going out and doing different things. But yeah, high school, not a good time. So my favorite memories, the first that comes to mind, is probably the first time I got a Japanese fashion magazine. And me and my mom just sat around the table going through it together, like, oh, look at that, that's so cool, that's so new. And like, I had never expected she would be supportive of something that was so off the wall like that. And I think without her approval of that sort of thing, I wouldn't have been as creative and done things that I wanted to do. So that's just like one example of things that she was supportive of my creative endeavors. So I think of that fondly. To me, whenever I thought of vampires, I always thought of like the Interview with a Vampire, elegant Victorian, aristocratic sort of thing. So when I think of Gothic Lolita, it just makes sense. Like I think that's what a vampire would wear. They appreciate timeless beauty in the smaller details. So in the pageantry for this sort of thing and the passion people are putting into it, it's going to be an excellent show. I think I have a good fighting chance, and I'm definitely in it to win it, because I know what's expected this year, and I know I'm going to bring the top quality of everything. Would you really let me borrow this? I mean, it's yours and everything.
Of course.
Well, this year I'm helping Shitty design some of her stage outfits. So we shall see how that goes, construction-wise. They're kind of over the top. Well, I don't really know a lot of the contestants yet. I know the ones from last year, but I don't know what they have up their sleeves yet. So competition-wise, I don't really know.
Cool. Okay.
Do I look like I don't know you right now? On the camera? Are we that far apart?
Visual K Dark Castle, it's a bi-monthly event. We usually have it in Chinatown. So it's different from other music events because instead of just playing the music, we have the videos playing on a projector on a screen, like really big, because like I said, the most important aspect of it is the visual aspect. So we want to have the videos played.
And dressing up is encouraged.
Yes.
We do have prizes for those who dress up.
Mm-hmm. And we usually have a little like fashion show of the guests who come, or last time was Alice in Wonderland themed, so we had a Lolita fashion show that was Alice themed. So we had like 12 to 20 models and they came into the show. We usually get about 70 to 100 people.
Yeah. They come and go, but you know, it's an event. Everyone does.
I'm actually pretty surprised because the people who like Japanese rock music are usually like the cosplayer type crowd who are shy, but they're coming out to events that are in Chinatown. So I'm really surprised that they're coming out at all. And then to have about 100 of them, I'm just really excited about the event, and I see it getting much bigger as long as we can keep the themes new and exciting. This year at KawaiiCon actually approached us and asked if we would do a mini panel for Dark Castle, and it was really last minute, so we were surprised. We're like, KawaiiCon wants us? But I think that really helped get the word out too.
I've seen a lot of Lolitas more so because of the brands that came down. Harajuku Heart and Atelier Pierrot came down, so it's more, I see a lot more Lolitas now and people that are interested in Lolita fashion.
Yeah, because Hawaii doesn't usually get big names in Japanese fashion. We hardly get big names from Japanese anything here for our conventions. But this KawaiiCon we had not just Lolita brands, but a video maker from Vocaloid. We had Iruma Ryoka come out.
Yes,
The
Iruma.
musician. Yeah.
That was a big surprise.
We had a whole bunch of really big guests this year. So it's like, whoa.
And she
they
wears Lolita,
stepped it
so
up.
it's like a big.
Erica is the vampire contestant with that. She has so many different costumes and disguises. Sometimes I would see her in the day, walking in the 4th Street Mall, and she would look totally different than what she normally would look at night. And she's like a chameleon in that way. You know, I'm really happy she's entering the pageant again this year, because she brings that genre of Gothic Lolita, and along with other contestants who's also part of that. A lot of people have that difficult time in high school. That's a normal thing for a lot of kids growing up. But it's a passing thing, and it gets better as you get older. But hang in there, Erica. Good luck.
Erica, you're a beautiful goth Lolita. I just adore your outfits, and I think you're extremely photogenic and beautiful. Thank you for joining the 2nd year of Miss Vamp Hawaii. And seems like you and Alice have a lot of good times, good wine. Miss Vamp Hawaii, the reality show, is sponsored by the New Otani Kaimana Beach Hotel, protected by Diamond Head and nestled next to Kapiolani Park. Chroma-Co, Hawaii's fine art printer, located at 866 Ivalea Road. MaliaInHawaii.com, belly dancer in paradise. Blank Canvas, located at 1145 Bethel Street. AlohaGraphic.com, conveniently located at 64 South Hotel Street. Closed captioning provided by DJ Nocturna and Lana.com.
Hello, I'm Gloriana, I'm 25 years old and I'm originally from Italy. Buongiorno, sono Gloriana, ho 25 anni e vivo qui alle Hawaii già da 3 anni, sono venuta con mio marito e viviamo in Capolei e niente, lavoro qui vicino alla base di Pearl Harbor e mi piace molto vivere qui. So I've been here. Actually now it's been 3 years that I've been in the island. So about myself, I'm a very social person, very friendly, open-minded. I always like to, meet new people. I like to compare myself to different cultures, different type of person. So I'm always interested in something different from me. So this interest actually kind of brought me to, to learn other languages during the course of my life. So I can speak 4 languages. Okay, so, I speak Italian, because that's my native language, and then Sicilian, which is my dialect. And that's what actually you normally see in the movies, in the mafia movies. I'm sure you've seen one. And, Spanish, I speak it pretty fluent, like English, and also Portuguese, I understand it pretty well. Yeah, so, I have a lot of friends here. They're actually, some of them are from Latin America, some of them are from Spain, others are from Brazil. So I had the fortune, to actually practice, my language, and I'm having a lot of fun here in Hawaii, so I'm happy. Yeah, so I'm orange belt right now. I'll be promoted next month for purple belt, and unfortunately I work, so I don't have a lot of time, to practice, but I'm trying to do my best. Actually, funny story, I was doing belly dance with one of my friends, and then one afternoon before she was going to take Kajukembo class, she asked me if I wanted to go with her. So, at first I was kind of hesitating, but then I did the class, I enjoyed it, and, so I've been doing it now for a few months. And I really like it. I think everybody should do that, or some kind of martial arts, just because it really builds up the little extra confidence that everybody needs. And, it makes you feel safer, more aware of your surroundings. So first off, Kajukembo was originated in 1947 by CJ Adriano and Porado. And it actually comes from karate, jiu-jitsu, judo, Chinese boxing, kung fu, and also eskrima. Well, and then Kempo is part of it. Okay, so I'm married. My husband is in the military. It's actually in the Navy, so that's where so we actually met each other in Italy, and then we were there for 3 years. Yeah, so I only had a few issues here. That was actually at the very beginning when I was trying to get used to it. Well, the few issues were, I'm an Italian driver, so we can be a little bit aggressive when we drive. We have a little bit of bad temper too sometimes. So when I had to do the road test, I had a little argument with the DMV because they didn't want to let me pass the driving test. So I had to do it a couple of times, and then they finally made me pass. But yeah, that was kind of a nightmare. That's actually the reason why I found it so interesting. The fact that I think Miss Vampire, it's different from a normal beauty pageant because you're not just competing for being the prettiest one, but you're also kind of showing off your creativity side, so, how creative you are, your knowledge, your skills. So I think it's actually something that goes beyond and gives more space, to focus on the actual person. My parents always tried to make me, have as happy as they could. And the only thing that I remember being was, the darker part of my life was when I was 14, 15. And, I was being a little bit rebellious. In Italy you can actually go to clubs and drink when you're younger, which is different from here. But so I was already going out, I was already drinking, partying, coming home late, and next day I had school. So, my parents were facing, a bad time because my grandma, my nonna, she's one of my best memories, and I always keep a picture of her in my wallet. And I'm not a very religious person, so I always, think about her when I'm, facing a bad situations. But yeah, I just, think about her, all the pizzas that she used to make, teaching us how to make lasagna, Yeah, so, you know, lots of fun stuff. I really like Sicily. I actually miss it. I think one of the, you know, the best thing about Sicily is actually the people, because, you know, I have a lot of friends that have been there, and, you know, when they come back, they always say, oh, people, you know, are so nice, the food is so good. And yeah, I have to say, yeah, I think we're very, you know, simple people. So we love, you know, to enjoy our life. We like to take the nap, you know, during the afternoon. So these kind of things, you really don't see them here, you know? Like sometimes we work in the morning and then some little stores close down, you know, in the afternoon because everybody wants to take their riposo, you know, which is a nap, and, you know, and then they go back to work. So we also, you know, like to party. We're very close to family, and, you know, we're always eating or drinking wine. You know, the mafia kind of became also involved in the political aspects later on. And that's also because, you know, the government has been always kind of, you know, stable. So I think, you know, nowadays you can say that it's almost like a cultural movement, you know? Like, you know, you don't really, I don't think it's a dangerous phenomenon because Sicily is still a pretty safe place to live with. You know, you can go there as a tourist, have fun, you know, you're not gonna get threatened or anything. You know, it's just still a phenomenon that still exists. And it's a cultural too, because, you know, a lot of people kind of have that attitude, you know, even if they're not part of it. Yeah, first off, I encourage everybody out there, you know, to come check it out. You know, if you think that, you know, if you're in a part of your life that you're kind of bored, I think you should, you know, participate next year. And, you know, because it's something that actually builds up a lot of confidence. And, you know, it's a fun thing, really interesting. So, yeah, just check it out and I'll see you there. Posso falar também pouco de português. Meu nome é Gloriana. Eu moro aqui no Hawaii desde 3 anos. Sinto muita falta do meu país. Tenho muita saudade da minha família também. Da gente, da comida muito boa. No entanto, estou muito feliz porque me vou ir para a Itália neste verano. Bom dia.
The first time I met Gloriana, I liked her immediately. She's funny, she's friendly, she's easy to get to know, and I really like her interview. And it's interesting that I learned quite a bit about what she said about her country in Sicily and the mafia, and just her knowledge of different languages. And I'm really glad she's entering the pageant this year, because it's the first time we had an Italian woman enter the pageant from Italy, and I wish her luck. And thank you for entering.
Liana, I love you. I love your story. I love your passion and your love. I love Italy. I've been to Sicily. You can tell how much I want to go back, and I know all about the mafiosa. But I'm not going to be telling that story right now. And it's such a pleasure that you've joined Miss Vamp Hawaii this year. I am so excited to have you. You are beautiful. We love you. I love your energy. I love your spirit. I love your story. And I admire your kung fu fighting. I know that's not what it is, but you are adorable. And I'm going to go back to Italy.
Right here on KTUH 90.3 FM Honolulu. This is Nocturna and Lana, Saldania, and you're listening to A Feast of Friends. We're here every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. The station that loves you. That's what we are, you know. The station that loves you.
Right.
Hawaii's only alternative.
Right, and our goal, of course, is to try to infect our listening audience with more passion and more love. And
well, you know, tonight we're going to have a good show. We have an interview coming up with Lola Love, who will be talking about, you know, naked girls. Right, naked girls reading.
What about the naked men?
No, just no naked
Oh.
girls.
Oh,
You know, girls, I'm sorry, are a lot more interesting, especially when they're naked.
Oh, no.
Reading? Okay, so I don't know what it is. It's just, you know, I'm sure many of you will agree, even girls will agree with that.
Okay.
It's funny. It's funny because
Yes.
when I try to go online, trying to look for it.
What, naked girls? Or
Yeah,
the
you know,
books that
I'm
are
trying to
banned?
go on naked. I'm on Facebook looking for
Naked girls.
naked girls, and you know what? Two naked girls comes on. I'm like, oh my god, and I gotta log off. I used to read more.
I know there are readers that do their business, and then there are people who
I'm
don't.
talking about those.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about sitting in a toilet,
Oh, God.
naked, about to jump in the shower, but you sit down, and I know many of you do that. Come on.
Not I, said the wolf.
Okay, liar.
Not.
That's a liar.
You've been in my bathroom. Do you see a pile of books? Forget about it. That place is so stringent in feng shui.
Well, it doesn't
And
mean you don't
you-
bring the book in and then take it out.
Wrong, Johnny.
Well,
Right on.
you know, we're coming to an age where people are not going to have books anymore to read. They'll be reading
Okay.
the internet.
Okay, I read in my
Okay,
bed.
all right.
Thank you. There's a
So-
little stack by my bed.
So it's good to cherish the moment while
Right.
you have naked girls reading to you. I have actually my favorite book is actually a banned book,
Okay.
and I'll talk about that later
Is it
on.
the Penthouse Letters? Did you ever have that one?
No, that's not
Oh,
banned.
I'm
That's
sorry.
not banned.
Is it?
No,
Well, it's out of print, right?
the Penthouse
Letters.
magazine.
What is that one, the Penthouse Letters? The one that from that guy.
I don't know what's a Penthouse.
That was a little cheesy.
Bob Guccione.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one
oh.
was. You know, I kind of got into that in my experimental days.
I'm talking about.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
See. I mean, Lana, maybe you can do it. Maybe
Ménage
you,
à toi.
maybe you can do the naked.
Ménage à toi.
Okay.
I'm
no.
sorry, that wine?
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm okay.
Now, guys.
Phaedra popped out.
Now, naked guys reading is also kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Depends.
Naked guys with cologne, I like that. Position. The one with on the side thing, or that new underwear is.
The
Why
like,
you-
like a Calvin Klein guy reading, would that be good?
You know, remember the GQ magazine? I know you used to get the GQ
Yeah,
magazine.
I still do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was a heavy subscription
Mhm.
person of the GQ magazine. Don't ask me why.
I was too.
Nothing interests me else but GQ. I was all about GQ. And let me
Okay.
tell you, there was some great shots in there.
Well, you know what? I do have that magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know, fashion magazines have always been. Have you noticed that when you open up a fashion magazine that goes way back in the 70s, you see a lot of retro stuff? I mean, you still see that now.
True for that sister.
And,
Even the Marlboro man looked good on a horsey.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
So going back to the reading naked and before you jump in the shower.
You just won't leave that one.
No, because I want to, you know, I know you're not telling the truth.
About what?
About sitting in the toilet,
Oh my
reading
God,
magazine
I
before
can't
you
even
jump in.
believe you're doing this to me on air. Can you just tell people?
Okay. Because I do it.
I know,
I'm
but
not-
you know
I'm not gonna
what? I
try
know
that.
misery likes company, but this is not.
It's not misery.
This is not a companion situation.
Okay.
So sorry. There's nothing wrong with people that read when they're doing their business.
I know, exactly.
I support you. I support
Okay,
all
exactly.
of them. I'm not a reader.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Well, I guess we're going to continue with more music.
I can't believe we even went there, to be honest with you.
So, you're listening to KTUH 90.3 FM, Honolulu.
Put your blanket on.
And this is Nocturna and Lana. And this
Don't miss next week's episode of Miss Vamp Hawaii, the reality show.